Out of sports as a boy my age.
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety,
helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
and feel good about myself.
And Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help Girls on Track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
In 2010, we took soft foam helmets from every brand, including S1, into the testing lab and discovered that every single one of them failed current helmet safety standards. This is a soft foam helmet. It has a hard plastic outer shell and soft foam inserts. The problem with soft foam helmets is that impact energy travels directly through these helmets and rattles the brain. Soft foam helmets do not pass high impact or multiple impact certification tests. After learning this information, we set out to make a better, safer helmet. What we created was the S1 Lifer helmet with fusion foam. We make fusion foam by blending low, medium, and high density beads together to make our impact reducing inner foam mold. The inner foam mold is what does all the impact dispersion in the S1 Lifer helmet. We batch test every production run of helmets to ensure the quality and consistency of every S1 Lifer helmet made. Get a Lifer, be a Lifer.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
This is the totally redesigned Lifer visor helmet from S1. Featuring our patented fusion foam, this helmet has the impact protection you've come to expect from an S1 helmet and is both multiple impact and high impact certified. Our new custom visor is made with a high impact polycarbonate lens, which is optically correct and features our patented cover catcher, which allows for multiple covers to be worn with easy on-off. The outside lens has an anti-scratch coating, while the inside has an anti-fog coating. The outer shell is equipped with in-mold mounting hardware, so that the visor can be removed and replaced if needed. The S1 Lifer visor helmet, where innovation and function are actualized.
Welcome everyone to Game 14 here at Flat Track Fever. I'm Lanaconda providing some commentary this evening. We've got Deere in the green and Mindfox in the red. Awesome. No, it's okay. So on the track for Deere, we have Engage taking on Curb Stomp and Coleshaw. Engage getting lead jam out of quarter one. Curb Stomping, oh, she's such a long name, out of turn two following. Both packs lining up on that straightaway. Engage getting a couple, looking to get some points. Getting none, but calling it off before the other jammer could get any. Yeah. Next on our Destination Derby Jam line, Harley Havoc for the Deere taking on 202 Stabatha for Mindfox. Stabatha up against a strong blocking wall as we go towards the pivot line, choosing to go on the outside. A bit of confusion with the jammers. Harley choosing to call it off as the red jammer passes her. Next up we have for the Mindfox, Mad Eye taking on Masquerade. Some 5-second movement between the blockers. Masquerade looking to go on the outside line. Penalty, back block penalty called on a Deere blocker during that play. Mindfox blocker trying to hold up Masquerade, but ultimately she gets lead jam. Blockers creating some offense for the Deere offense here. Masquerade choosing to call it off. So in Jam 3, we see their first points go on the board. Deere getting 2 points there. Lining up on our Destination Derby Jam line, Curb Stompin' taking on Engage. Engage moving the pack, blockers to the outside, inside, and going outside, getting lead jam. Currently the pack getting a bit spread out on turn 2 and reforming on the straightaway. Quick paced pack, a lot of movement. Engage calling it off from the ground. Harley Havoc and Stabatha facing off on our Destination Derby Jam line. Both sets of blockers starting far back near the jam line. Some good tripod work from the Deere blockers. Some good offensive work from Mindfox blocker. Masquerade up against a new blocker from Mindfox. 138 Cookie. Lead Gem continuing to be open. Both full sets of blockers doing some good cycling. Ultimately, Jane Deere getting Lead Jam. Slamazon pulling in front and continuing to work on Mindfox Jammer. And the jam called off in corner 3. Reminder that for a while yet you have partake in some adult beverages in the beer garden powered by Blue Star Engineering, a Calgary-based company that provides oil and gas engineering solutions. The beer garden on this side does close for a bit eventually, so if you would like a beverage, now would be the time. Christmas taking on Curb Stomping. Unfortunately, Christmas heading to the box, allowing the Mindfox to have a power jam situation. Curb Stomping and Lead Jam in a power jam situation. Blockers lining up on turn 2. Some offensive work from the Mindfox jammers, allowing the Mindfox to get on the board this jam. Taking advantage of the situation. Once again, Mindfox blockers doing some O for Curb Stomping. She gets through on the straightaway. Christmas out of the box, taking the inside line through the Mindfox blockers. Curb Stomping heading into turn 3 and calling off the jam. So that was a good jam for Mindfox, got them on the board with 10 points. Okay, that's not what the paper says, but okay. Okay, that's fine. No problem. So the beer garden will be open till the end of this game, so plenty of time to partake. Engage now going up against Stabatha. Different matchup than has happened so far in the game. Engage getting a cut track on the inside, thus allowing Stabatha to get Lead Jam. Blockers setting up between turns 2 and 3. No pack situation gets Mindfox blocker into the box. So Mindfox power jam, however, a blocker short. Packs lining up at the end of the straightaway heading into turn 3. Mindfox providing some offensive, allowing Stabatha to get through on the inside line. Jane Deere blockers setting up for their jammer on the corner. Jane Deere holding Stabatha on the inside line. Engage looking to get through on the outside line, cuts in and does manage to get through, but get another cut track. So at the end of that jam, Engage heads to the box. So Mad Eye starting this jam in a power start situation, I should say. So she's facing a full green wall, looking to do some take advantage of her blocker's offense, I should say. However, we got some penalties off of the start of the jam there. We have one of the Mindfox blockers heading to the box. Jane Deere is patiently waiting for that jammer to come into turn 3. Some offensive work trying to get a lane 1 hole for the jammer. Excellent second attempt from the blocker, from the pivot, Harley Havoc, creating a cut track situation. So this will be a full 2-minute jam as our lead jammer has just gone to the box. Meanwhile, Engage out of the box, getting through the pack on the straightaway. Slamazon looking to create some O and a hole for Engage. Pack a bit mixed up in turn 3 here. Tidbit taking on Engage, holding and allowing the Mindfox to recycle back and hold Engage for a little longer, making her work for those points. This will be a full 2-minute jam, so it's a test of energy and strength. Both jammers getting through just after the girls on track pivot line. Pack setting up just outside of turn 2. A little bit of offense and shiny. Both teams getting on the board that jam. Mindfox now at 31, Jane Deere at 25 with just over 18 minutes left in this half. Curb Stomp taking on Christmas off the jam line. Ultimately, Mindfox getting lead jam as Curb Stompin' takes the inside line. Unfortunately, Christmas in the box. Mindfox, some offensive work by those blockers, trying to get Curb Stompin' through. She's popped out on the inside line, manages to get through as they go into turn 4. Christmas returning to the track and facing the Mindfox wall, looking to take the outside line. Bit of a trip up in turn 1, the pack getting spread across the straightaway. Ultimately, that jam called off after 5 points, 10 points for Mindfox. So while the teams take their time out, let's mention a number of our supporters and vendors that you can find on the other track. Of course, for all your roller skating needs, Nerd Roller Skates. Athlete Factory providing some complimentary and paid massage and assorted therapies. We have a table by the Alberta Roller Derby Association, the Southern Alberta Junior Roller Derby Association, Leggings by Chantel, Cafe Clutch was coffee near the beer garden on the other track. The beer at our beer gardens are provided by Cold Garden Beverage Company. And of course, there's our official after party at the King's Head Pub. So official after party is Sunday Night Fever, which is tomorrow night. But even tonight, there's a series of specials at King's Head Pub and live music. So if you would like to partake later in the day, there is discounted shots of Jack Daniels on sale and pints of Coors Banquet. So Stabatha taking on Masquerade on our Destination Derby jam line. All the pack lined up quite close to the jam line. Both jammers using some forward movement. Slamazon getting Stabitha out on the outside line, causing despite being pulled back, Stabitha makes it through for lead jam. At the same time, Masquerade pushed to the inside and drawn back on her initial pass. Pack spreading out on the straightaway. Some agility and footwork demonstrated by Stabitha as she works her way through turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Masquerade is continuing to be held up by the Mindfox blockers, doing a good job of cycling through the Jane Deere blockers. Masquerade pulled out and back, so she'll continue to go through the pack on turn 2, while Stabitha continues to make her rounds. Pack loosely set up outside of turn 2. Stabitha using some footwork to get through for another points pass. At the same time, Mindfox keeping their eye on that pivot. The pivot carrying the helmet cover in her hand, so almost panty pass. And with that, Stabitha calls it off. So Stabitha adding 17 points to Mindfox that jam. So Mindfox currently at 58, Jane Deere at 25. Next up, we have Harley Havoc for the Jane Deeres taking on Cookie from the Mindfox. Harley getting some offensive help from 162. Luscious Lynn off the line and helping her get that lead jam. You're welcome.
Just so you know, in the Swiss Army belt bag, there are batteries in the bottom of this.
Well, I mean,
They chop them. Don't hesitate. I did the entire day by myself.
I know, it was hard. It's hard. Curb stomping, getting lead jam out of turn 2. Pack setting up outside of turn 2. Meanwhile, Jane Deere's dammer continuing to be held up. Christmas getting through on the straightaway. Curb stomping calls it off after a hit from Slamazon. Few more points added to the Mindfox total.
See the girls put everything nice and straight. I had it all.
Well, I know. I was gonna walk around this one, but then I'm like, no, I'm just playing. I'm gonna sit here, and I can see the other one sitting straight. It's horrible. So
I've got the 7 o'clock. Yeah, I'm gonna need the remote.
yeah, Masquerade taking on number 202, Stabitha. Stabitha fixing her skates while she's going through on lead jams there. Pack lined up on the straightaway. Mindfox pivot, creating some space for her jammer. Block Nest Monster doing her best to block, as her name would suggest. Jane Deere hanging out at the back of the pack. However, Stabitha loops her way around. At the same time, Jane Deere had done their helmet cover pass, but it's called off before any points can be gained.
The other game is well over.
So meanwhile on track 1, we have Avalanche City playing the Killjills. Don't have the current exact score, but Avalanche City is up in the 200s and the Killjills are under 100. And they're in the second half of that game.
Just went to the half.
Oh, just went to the halftime. So there's still a full half left in the other track. Back here, Engage continuing to use some toe stop work to get for lead jam, drawing out the Mindfox blockers, getting lead jam out of the straightaway. At the same time, her Jane Deere blocking colleagues holding up well against 113 Mad Eye. And Engage calling that off before Mad Eye gets an opportunity to cash in. Whatever tape that is.
I was looking for the hazard tape so that it could be marked as damage.
Next on our Destination Derby jam line, we have Curb Stompin' taking on Harley Havoc. Blockers lining up fairly tight to the jam line. Harley Havoc taking on Blockness Monster Pivot right off the bat. Not getting through right away.
It's not you. I turned up the game.
Okay, I know.
Because you really can't hear it on the far lines.
I know, it's rough. Harley Havoc getting through for lead jam. Pack's spreading out along turn 2, looking to reform, going a bit of pace. Harley Havoc doing some nice footwork to stay in and call it off. We've got about 8.5 minutes left on the first half of this game. Mindfox at 71, Jane Deere at 34. And maybe after the game, these girls will go right in their bout book. My Bout Book, your roller derby logbook. It's made by skaters for skaters, and My Bout Book helps you track your roller derby history, preserve your derby memories, and log your bouts. For more information, myboutbook.com. No doubt some of these girls are also rocking some Radar Halo wheels. Flat Track Fever is proudly sponsored by Radar Halo. You can pick up a set of Halos today and see what you've been missing. And lastly, if you really want to bump up your game, there's always Roller Derby Athletics that wants to help you be the best on the track. Find out how you can transform your game with fitness at rollerderbyathletics.com. And if you don't want to do any of that roller derby stuff, you could drink beer at the Blue Star Engineering Beer Garden, which will be open on this track until the end of the game. I didn't even see if it was a team timeout or what they called. I wasn't paying attention. So after our official timeout, we have Christmas taking on Stabitha. Christmas knocked out and drawn back by the Mindfox, however getting through on turn 2. At the same time, Stabitha's already gained her lead jam status and approaches blockers in turn 2, gets her points, calls it off. Masquerade taking on 138 of the Mindfox. Both Mindfox pivot goes down hard on the inside line. However, she regains to help provide some help to her jammer, who gains lead jam status. Pack setting itself up in turn 2. Jane Deere returning to full strength as their blocker comes out. Blockness Monster as pivot looking to hold up Masquerade, however gets a penalty on that play. She's joined by the Jane Deere pivot as well, Slamazon, so both of them down a pivot. We also have another Mindfox.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14,
I'm twice as likely
to drop out of sports
as a boy my age?
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety.
helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
And feel good about myself.
And Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help girls on track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
Time in opposition today. Both teams starting with some blockers in the box, so giving the jammers an opportunity to work with their blockers, make some holes and get through for that lead jam status. Curb stomping providing a bit of O against engage. Curb stomping actually loses her helmet cover in that play. And unfortunately it's getting skirted around the ground a bit. With the distraction, engage doing her best to simply get through and get some points. Pack spread out with a little bit of confusion there. So Jane Deere gets some points and call that off. Stabitha and Harley Havoc lining up on our Destination Derby jam line. Meanwhile, the Jane Deere starting out on the girls on track pivot line. Did you know that by age 14, girls are dropping out of sports at twice the rate of boys? The Girls on Track Foundation is trying to change that story. You can learn more about it at girlsontrackfoundation.org. These girls are staying on track, or at least returning to the track after being pushed out. Mindfox taking Harley Havoc out twice on the inside line before she's even got her initial pass. She gets some offense to get through finally.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14,
I'm twice as likely
to drop out of sports
As a boy my age,
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety.
helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
and feel good about myself.
And Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help girls on track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
In 2010, we took soft foam helmets from every brand, including S1, into the testing lab and discovered that every single one of them failed current helmet safety standards. This is a soft foam helmet. It has a hard plastic outer shell and soft foam inserts. The problem with soft foam helmets is that impact energy travels directly through these helmets and rattles the brain. Soft foam helmets do not pass high impact or multiple impact certification tests. After learning this information, we set out to make a better, safer helmet. What we created was the S1 Lifer helmet with fusion foam.
Line getting a bit messy into turn 2. Same time we have engage. So we've got just over a minute left in the half. We have some Mindfox blockers in the box. Jane Deere at 49, Mindfox at 84. So this is the 23rd jam, and right now we're starting at a power start situation. So everybody's starting near the front as engage as the Jane Deere blocker starting in the box. Stabitha having to work for that lead jam status, almost taking till turn 3 to get through. Pack lining up just between 3 and 4, waiting for Stabitha to get that points pass. Stabitha looking to use her own blockers. Mish as a bit of a wall and create some space. Engage coming out of the box and getting through the pack as they're a bit spread out and distracted. However, Stabitha, seeing what's going on, calls off the jam. So that will be halftime. The beer gardens do remain open, so if you're thirsty, feel free to check out the Blue Star Engineering Beer Garden during the half.
I'm going to start out over here. Everybody from Chinook City Roller Derby Association wants to thank everybody for coming out for Flat Track Fever 2017. Yep, for sure. I don't know, I just sat down. You know how that works. I'm Swiss Army Roy. I'm going to take over for the half here. We've got Derby Bingo going on at 6 p.m. over on the other track. If you'd like to partake, buy at the door of the beer gardens the Derby Bingo. Bingo cards are $1. Watch the exhibition game and fill your Derby Bingo card with what happens in the game to win the prize. I believe that's a blackout game. Don't be forgetting the boxes of love for teams and volunteers. Drop a love note and thank those who are putting in this tournament or playing. Visit the dressing rooms on track 1 to leave a note for your favorite player. Visit the door to leave a note for a volunteer. Again, don't be forgetting tonight over at the King's Head Pub, we've got Saturday specials. We've got the new lager of 2515, live music with the Steve McQueen Band, and shots of Jack Daniels for $4.50. That's Honey, Fire, and Original Jack number 7. Don't be forgetting the weekly fun over the King's Head. We've got Rock and Roll Bingo Sundays, Open Jam, Rock Your Socks Off Monday, Karaoke and Trivia Tuesday. Don't be forgetting the King's Head Kitchen, number 1 pizza in the South, and Wing Night Wednesday and Sunday. For those of you who are sticking around, don't be forgetting over there on track 1, we've got Nerd Roller Skates on track 1, Athletic Factory, Alberta Roller Derby Association, and the Southern Alberta Junior Roller Derby, Leggings by Chantel on track 1, and Cafe Clash. The Beer Garden, powered by Blue Star Engineering, and beers provided by Cold Garden Beverage Company, Those cold garden beverages, I believe, are Cake Face and All-Nighter Vanilla Cappuccino Porter right here in our very own beer garden. For those of you who are sticking around Sunday Night Fever, we have a Derby Bash. That's our wind-up over at the King's Head. That'll be from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m., May 28th. Yes, tomorrow evening, Sunday, 911.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14,
I'm twice as likely
to drop out of sports?
As a boy my age,
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety.
Helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident.
and feel good about myself.
And Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
By improving access to junior roller derby.
Help girls on track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
In 2010, we took soft foam helmets from every brand, including S1, into the testing lab and discovered that every single one of them failed current helmet safety standards. This is a soft foam helmet. It has a hard plastic outer shell and soft foam inserts. The problem with soft foam helmets is that impact energy travels directly through these helmets and rattles the brain. Soft foam helmets do not pass high impact or multiple impact certification tests. After learning this information, we set out to make a better, safer helmet. What we created was the S1 Lifer helmet with fusion foam. We make fusion foam by blending low, medium, and high density beads together to make our impact reducing inner foam mold. The inner foam mold is what does all the impact dispersion in the S1 Lifer helmet. We batch test every production run of helmets to ensure the quality and consistency of every S1 Lifer helmet made. Get a Lifer, be a Lifer.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
This is the totally redesigned Lifer Visor helmet from S1. Featuring our patented fusion foam, this helmet has the impact protection you've come to expect from an S1 helmet and is both multiple impact and high impact certified. Our new custom visor is made with a high impact polycarbonate lens, which is optically correct and features our patented cover catcher, which allows for multiple covers to be worn with easy on-off. The outside lens has an anti-scratch coating, while the inside has an anti-fog coating. The outer shell is equipped with in-mold mounting hardware, so that the visor can be removed and replaced if needed. The S1 Lifer Visor helmet, where innovation and function are actualized.
Did you know know that by the time I'm 14,
I'm twice as likely
to drop out of sports?
As a boy my age,
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety.
Helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident.
and feel good about myself.
And Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
By improving access to junior roller derby.
Help girls on track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
The Halo features an incredibly innovative hub. The edges of the hub are oversized. This means less urethane on the edge, so compact plows and precise edge work are much easier. The middle of the hub has a drop center for more urethane, which provides grip. You aren't going to find this combination of easy access to edging and grip in any other wheel.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14,
I'm twice as likely
to drop out of sports?
As a boy my age,
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety.
Helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident.
and feel good about myself.
And Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
By improving access to junior roller derby.
Help girls on track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
In 2010, we took soft foam helmets from every brand, including S1, into the testing lab and discovered that every single one of them failed current helmet safety standards. This is a soft foam helmet. It has a hard plastic outer shell and soft foam inserts. The problem with soft foam helmets is that impact energy travels directly through these helmets and rattles the brain. Soft foam helmets do not pass high impact or multiple impact certification tests. After learning this information, we set out to make a better, safer helmet. What we created was the S1 Lifer helmet with fusion foam. We make fusion foam by blending low, medium, and high density beads together to make our impact reducing inner foam mold. The inner foam mold is what does all the impact dispersion in the S1 Lifer helmet. We batch test every production run of helmets to ensure the quality and consistency of every S1 Lifer helmet made. Get a Lifer, be a Lifer.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
This is the totally redesigned.
I'm guess I'm a loosely associated with Rocky View.
Yeah.
Because I live in Crossfield, Alberta.
Rocky is really small, right?
Well,
Like, the league's new, isn't it?
what's that?
The league's new. Sorry, I'm like grabbing it.
They've been around for
Have they
3 years.
It's still pretty new in the grand scheme of leagues, but yeah.
But
They're smaller, right? Do
I
they
guess,
have
yeah.
enough to play anyone? That's probably why I assume they're new, because I've never played them.
they do events. I've done Hellraiser's events for Drum Heller, both down there and up here.
Yeah.
Rocky View had a split, and now there's a second team in River, and they're called the AC Rollers, and I kind of help them out too. And Puppy just thinks I'm from Calgary, so
All hands on deck, right?
that's pretty fun. I've been up in Crossfield for a year, and he's like, "You're always on the road." It's Cutie Sly. Yep.
Pretty slime. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because I did look closer, and her shirt says Gaudy.
It's her last name.
Yeah, I was like, I can see.
So at the end of the game, we'll try and remember to put those batteries in this mic. They make grilled cheese here? When we go back to action here, we're going to have Chris My Ass going up against Stabatha. If you're a Chris My Ass fan, put your hands together. She's going to try and carve out a couple more points out of the Mindfox's lead. Chris My Ass, she's out there. Chris My Ass and the Jane Deere sitting with 49. Mindfox, 89 points. Chris My Ass, she was able to hit it and quit it. Slamazon and the Jane Deere girls are going to sit down, catch a couple minutes of rest as Harley Havoc and Coldshaw are going to go head-to-head on this round. We're going into Jam 2. As we're off and running, Harley tries to go to the outside. She gets pushed back. She's going to have to come in the rear. There you go, Coldshaw. She's out there all by her lonesome. She looks over her shoulder, find out that Havoc is trying to eke into her lead. Coldshaw says, "Hey girls, let's move. Let's get it moving." Trying to make it a fast game. I believe that's another hit it and quit it moment. As we check our points, Jane Deere sitting with 53, Mindfox 92. As we go into Jam 3, we have Cutie Sly going up against Engage. And we're off and running from the Jammer line powered by Destination Derby. Chris My Ass was able to hold back QT on that one. Engage trying to come around and score a few points for the Jane Deere. Yeah, you're off here. And a little bit of hop. Engage gets up there. Dom tries to get a shoulder on her, drags her back. Dom trying to keep a shoulder on her. Anyways, we're going to sit with Jane Deere 58, Mindfox 92. Block Nest Monster able to grab the helmet cover just in time for the end of that round.
Okay. Masquerade up against Sabbatha.
Don't mind our technical indiscretions over here. We got Masquerade going up against Stabitha. For fear of being caught off color, step up to the mic, would you?
Yeah. Stabitha using some solid strength to look to get through for lead jam. Faces Slamazon, takes her out but doesn't get through. Does get through on turn 3. Meanwhile, Masquerade being cycled back after being hit out on the inside. Stabitha going up against a Jane Deere wall, getting some offensive help from a Mindfox blocker number 992, Unicorn Thunder. Stabitha going through on the outside line past most of those Jane Deere blockers and now lapping the pivot who has the helmet cover. So new jammer for Jane Deere, number 42, Norwegian Blue. I believe that's the first time she's had the star on her head today. Meanwhile, Pack lining up and moving out of turn 3.
Stabitha indicating for them to run forward as she calls that one to the end. They're going to put that one in the record books there, where we've got Jane Deere sitting at 59, the Mindfox 97. We're going into Jam 5. We're going to have Cole Shaw and Chris My Ass.
Right now, Jane Deere choosing to line up on the Girls on Track pivot line. However, with 5 seconds, everybody's shifting close to the Destination Derby jam line. Number 8 on Mindfox, Bella Von Bastard. Nice pop out, dragging back Chris My Ass. At the same time, letting Mindfox get lead jam, and they're approaching their 3 digits of the day.
Mindfox just trying to go over 100 here.
So Mindfox now in the triple digits with 100 points. Jane Deere sitting at 59 with just over 24 minutes left in this half. We have on the line Engage taking on Mad Eye.
Mad Eye and Engage already rock and roll.
Some movement off that 5 seconds. The Mindfox looking to push Engage unsuccessfully out of the inside, and she goes through to get lead jam status. Meanwhile, the Pack getting spread out on a turn 2 and allowing Mad Eye to get through her initial pass. Engage through outside of turn 2, gets her points and calls it off.
As we're going to go into Jam 7, we're sitting here with the Jane Deere 63, Mindfox 100. When we go back to full-on action here, we're going to be at 22 minutes and about 40 seconds. Looks like we've got Harley Havoc going up against 202. Stabitha.
Harley Havoc going to the outside line, falling closely behind Stabitha. Stabitha being pushed out by 1-5 of the Jane Deere and causing a cut track penalty. So Jigsaw doing some good blocking work to draw a penalty on the jammer, allowing Harley Havoc to take advantage and get some points and close their lead, hopefully.
Let people know that there's the beer garden. Sorry, I'm a beer drinker. I love beer. I'm pretty sure my midriff shows it.
So just a reminder, the beer garden, our Blue Star Engineering Beer Garden, is going to be open on this side until the end of the game, so you have 22-ish minutes left. After this game, you can join us on the other side for 7 o'clock, where Slim Jim will be announcing the game against some peoples. The Glenmore Reservoir Dog will be taking on Team Alberta. So Glenmore Reservoir Dog is a local male men's derby team.
That's correct. Myself and Schwarzenberger are going to be announcing that one on track 1.
Meanwhile, here on track 2, we have the Mindfox sitting at a solid 100 and Jane Deere sitting at 65 with 22 minutes left.
Chris My Ass going to start off with a bit of a power jam.
Jane Deere taking advantage of the rules with respect to plaque to look for some quick lead jam status. Unfortunately, failure to reform there. Slamazon heading to the box as a blocker. Nonetheless, Chris My Ass getting a lead jam status. Pack set up in turn 2. Chris My Ass getting some offensive blocking from Mamer to clear a hole and get the pack, the red Mindfox, drawn out. Meanwhile, Stabitha returning from the box and taking advantage of a distracted pack to get through on her initial. Tidbit heading to the box for a penalty at the end of that jam.
Jane Deere is sitting with 70, Mindfox 100. We're going to be going to jam 9. We're going to have about 20 minutes and about 50 seconds on the clock when we go back to action.
So Engage taking on Curb Stomping. Both teams down a blocker to start this jam, so 3 blocker walls. Engage looking to create a hole right off the line. Block Nest Monster helping push her out to the inside. However, cycles back in. A lot of in and out on the inside line, looking to still get that lead jam. Ultimately getting lead jam out of turn 2. Rest of the pack hanging out on turn 2, looking to continue to hold back Mindfox blocker or jammer. Blockers for Mindfox getting spread out, leaving their jammer to fend for themselves. Jigsaw stepping up against that blocker, against Curb Stomping. Slamazon as well. Curb Stomping rolling off and getting through the pack. Unfortunately, she's getting a cut track penalty. So Curb Stomping will head to the box at the end of that jam. Thus,
when we go into jam 10, we're going to have 79 for the Jane Deere. Mindfox sitting with 100. I'm going to go get your score from the other side.
That's okay.
Didn't mean to shut you up.
So Jane Deere, they will start off with a power start as Curb Stompin' went to the box at the end of that jam. Again, looking to take advantage of pack formation rules. Mindfox picking up on that and is putting a blocker back to not break pack. So Harley Havoc still continuing to work for her lead jam status. Mindfox holding her all the way until turn 2, taking advantage of the time and killing that jam or penalty, not letting it simply be a quick lead jam. So all the way into turn 3 it takes till Harley gets lead jam status. Meanwhile, Curb Stomping returned to the track, getting some action from 162. Luscious Lynn. Harley looking to get some points. She does indeed get some points, bringing the Jane Deere to 83 and Mindfox to 100. So we've had a handful of jams here with no Mindfox score. That 100's been sitting still. Jane Deere, meanwhile, closing the gap and now at 83 with 18:15 left. Mindfox choosing to call a timeout at this point. Currently, all the blockers hanging out at the girls on track pivot line. So Mindfox team timeout. On our Destination Derby jam line, we have Chris My Ass and Cutie Sly hanging out, waiting for the timeout to be done. Both team pivots hanging out right on the pivot line. Block Nest Monster and Jane Deere pivot. Ultimately, Jane Deere is choosing to move away from the pivot line, but not away from the Mindfox blockers. Stabitha facing Slamazon on the inside line, using her footwork to look for the outside line. Chris My Ass getting caught up with a red blocker on turn 2, but ultimately getting lead jam status. Stabitha also getting through the pack. Pack a bit of pace, slowing down. Jane Deere blockers providing some offense for Chris My Ass. Block Nest clearing a Jane Deere blocker for her jammer, ultimately allowing them to gain a point and change that 100. So now Mindfox up to 102 thanks to some good blocking by Block Nest Monster and her jammer Stabitha taking advantage of that. Next up, Engage will take on Cutie Sly. Both teams currently at full strength, nobody in the penalty box. Our Nerd Roller Skates penalty box. Pack shifts back to the jam line. Engage working for the inside line, facing Tidbit as the pivot. Meanwhile, Cutie Sly challenged against 3 blockers at the front into turn 1, ultimately taking the inside line and getting lead jam status. Okay. Pack getting itself resettled in turn 3. Cutie Sly approaching the Jane Deere wall. Mamer pushing back and causing a call off. So 3 points for Mindfox in that jam.
For those of you who are curious, over on track 1, the Avalanche City Roller Girls are sitting with 440. The Kill Jills with 121 with about 7 minutes to go in that game.
So new jammer for Mindfox. Rocket lining up on the line against Harley Havoc. Both of them choosing their lines carefully. Rocket shifting in and out. Meanwhile, Harley being pushed to the outside line by those red blockers at the front. Both blocking groups staying well positioned together and not allowing the jammers to easily get through. You see a bit of offensive work there and a bit of this pack starting to spread out. Yet lead jam still up for grabs as we heard into turn 3, demonstrating some good blocking work from both teams. Harley pushed out to the inside, and thus Rocket gaining lead jam status as the pack heads into turn 4. Harley's getting held up by Block Nest Monster, working together with Curb Stomping, ultimately pushed out, worked back, and Harley getting a cut track. So Rocket now on a power jam situation. The jammer helmet cover sitting on the track. I believe a unsuccessful helmet cover pass ultimately. Nonetheless, Rocket has the opportunity to get some points. Pack set up in turn 3. Some quality offensive holes created by number 52, Domnatia. Pack getting spread out as they head into turn 2. Harley returning to the track with her helmet cover, takes a spill in turn 2, but ultimately back on her feet and back into play. Jane Deere is down 1 blocker in the box. Rocket calling it off as she exits.
With a break in the action there, the Jane Deere is sitting with 85. Mindfox 124. We'll be going into jam 14 on the next one.
Yeah, team timeout for the Jane Deeres right now. So if you need a timeout, feel free to join the fun in the Blue Star Engineering Beer Garden. As we mentioned, the beer garden here will close at the end of this game, but the fun can continue on track 1 with the Team Alberta and Glenmore Reservoir Dogs game. As well, in our other track, you'll also find a lot of tonight's vendors and sponsors, including Nerd Roller Skates, Athlete Factory, Alberta Roller Derby Association, the Southern Alberta Junior Roller Derby Association, Leggings by Cantel, Cafe Clutch, as mentioned, our beer garden by Blue Star Engineering, with beer provided by Cold Garden Beverage Company, and of course, the official after party sponsored by King's Head Pub. So refreshed after their team timeout, we have Chris Myas taking on Stabatha. Everyone's standing with their hands on their hips because that's the thing to do when you're waiting patiently for some derby to start. So all weekend long, Flat Track Fever has been streaming online. So for those of you at home who'd like to see the action but weren't able to come down, thank you. Of course, always a big shout out and thank you to everyone who volunteers to make roller derby and events like this come together. That includes all of the league mates manning the beer gardens, the front counter, doing all of the setup, all of that stuff, along with our friends in the stripes, all the ref crew, as well as all the NSOs. There wouldn't be derby if there wasn't for volunteers, so thank you to everyone. Be sure to say thanks as you pass by someone and let them know you've appreciated the time and energy they've put into this. The official after party is Sunday night, which is tomorrow at King's Head Pub, but there is also general specials and sponsorship from the pub. So if you'd like to go this afternoon after the Team Alberta Glenmore Reservoir Dogs game, they're offering pints of Coors Banquet for $5.50 and 3 versions of Jack Daniels, because what's just one version, for $4.50 a shot, along with some live music. So feel free to entertain yourself post-derby.
When we go back to action here, Jane Deere is sitting with 85, Mindfox 124. We're going into jam 14.
So Mindfox trying the same approach as Jane Deere had done and using pack definition to help get their jammer through quickly for lead jab, stab just off a power start. Stabatha indeed being successful in that. Getting through those 3 blockers. Slamazon getting her out on the inside line and drawing her back, allowing time for that 4th Jane Deere blocker to get on track. Stabitha bitten a bit by the ground, jumped up and grabbed her, but she continues through lead jam while the pack somewhat quickly gets through the straightaway into turn 1. Harley Havoc facing a wall of black. Tidbit, a last final attempt there, pushing her out on the outside line and drawing her back. Jane Deere blocker heading to the box. So up next in the jammer position is Curb Stompin' for Mindfox, taking on Chris My Ass, who I called Christmas for the first half of this game. Five seconds, we see some shifting of the blockers. Chris My Ass and Curb Stomping both taking lane 4. Tight competition for lead jam. Ultimately, Curb Stomping getting out. Chris My Ass choosing to go for some jammer action. Of course, the pack speeding up and making the two race. Neither one of them getting points. Not shockingly called off before either gets the points. And a nice high five to both of them for jam well played. So currently Mindfox in the red sitting at 131. Jane Deere sitting at 85, and we have just over 11 and a half minutes. Jane Deere currently putting Engage on the jam line up against Mad Eye for Mindfox. All the blockers shifting back with the 5 seconds. Engage popped out by Tidbit on the outside line and pulled back. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, we see Jane Deere blocker heading to the box. Mad Eye getting lead jam status. Engage continuing to be challenged by Mindfox blockers, ultimately getting a cut track and heading to the box, giving Mad Eye a power jam situation. Pack slightly spread out in turn 3. Mad Eye turning on the gas to get through. Pack milling about at the jam line. Mad Eye drawing the Jane Deere blockers to turn outside in lane 4 and cutting inside on lane 1 to gain some points. Blockers set up on the straightaway. Engage return from the box. Push out by Tidbit and cycled back. Mad Eye pushed out on the inside and confirming what she's doing. Now through the pack once again. Engage, unfortunately, another cut track and heads back to the box. So what started as an early power jam will now continue as a power jam, allowing Mindfox to build on the lead. A bit of milling about on the track. Mad Eye going to the box. Engage as the other jammer returning to the track. Packs loosely set up on turn 2. And ultimately with no lead jam, full 2 minutes, and that's called off. So Mindfox managing to get 17 points that jam, bringing their total up to 148. Jane Deere meanwhile sitting at 85.
For all you Avalanche City fans over there on track 1, just to finish, Avalanche City Roller Girls with 507, Kill Jules 139 final.
So this time Jane Deere gets to start off with a power jam. Once again, we see the pack formation being used to help gain lead jam status. Mindfox bridging out, able to hold that jammer through to turn 1. So they start again between the jam and pivot line. Mindfox pivot working with fellow blockers to hold Harley up, ultimately getting through outside of turn 2. At the same time, Mad Eye has returned, however, got pushed out and drawn back in turn 1 and 2. Chris My Ass as pivot, good push of Mad Eye out, but got out as well, so no pushing back and getting her to cycle back, so she continues on forward. With that, Harley calls off the jam. So 8-point jam, bringing Jane Deere closer to their triple digits, with still 7.5 minutes left. So we have a newer jammer on the line here for Jane Deere. We have Rouge Rash taking on Curb Stompin'. Everybody on the track right now, nobody in the penalty box. Curb Stomping looking to go on the outside line and has number 247, Mish, helping to create some offense for her. At the same time, the other three Mindfox continuing to hold Rouge Rash. Excellent efforts by Mindfox Pivot Tidbit to hold Rouge Rash. Rest of the pack in turn 3, ultimately Curb Stomping getting through with some footwork and Slamazon heading to the box.
Rogue Rash calls that one to an end there. Jane Deere is sitting with 96. Mindfox 148. We're going into jam 19 with probably about 6 minutes or 5 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. When we go back to action, it's going to be Stabatha going against Chris My Ass.
Official review called by Green. I was just actually thinking that I don't believe we've had an official review yet this game.
Well, now you've officially had an official review.
Yeah.
Yes, if you didn't already know, it's going to be an official review of everything that's official on the track. Chris My Ass and the Jane Deere girls having a little bit of a confab, making sure that they're on the up and up when they go back to full-on action. Slamazon looking on from the Nerd Roller Derby penalty box. Rocket and the girls all having a confab for the Mindfox.
Up at the Girls on Track pivot line. Pivot line's listed too.
Don't be forgetting. Did you know that girls by the age of 14 are dropping out of sports at twice the rate of boys? The Girls on Track Foundation is trying to change that story. Learn more at girlsontrackfoundation.org. I'll go with a little more color. My Bout Book. Your roller derby logbook made by skaters for skaters. My Bout Book helps you track your roller derby history, preserve your roller derby memories, and log your bouts. MyBoutBook.com. We want to thank them for helping sponsor.
And of course, shout out to Rydell Skates, who are also proud sponsors of Flat Track Fever, as well as Roller Derby Athletics. They want you to help be your best on the track. Find out how you can transform your game with fitness at rollerderbyathletics.com. So the end of that official timeout, which we'll report on in a second, but Stabatha and Chris My Ass as jammers going full on to work for that lead jam status. Some good footwork by those Mindfox, footwork and jamming by Mindfox blockers to hold Chris My Ass.
Our official review was just really for coach-to-coach conversations, just making sure that they were both on the up and up.
So Jane Deere hitting the triple digits on that one. So we're at 100 to 148 with just under 5 minutes. Meanwhile, jamming once again, Engage for Jane Deere and number 138, Cutie Sly for Mindfox. Currently just one blocker from Jane Deere in the Nerd Roller Skates penalty box.
Get ready to rock and roll right here off the Destination Derby jammer line.
Engage hitting Mish right off the start, but not being successful in getting through. Engage continuing to be pushed out and held back by a strong three-wall of blockers, ultimately turning on the Jets on the inside line to get through. She is on the track with a full set of blocker help. However, the pack doing some quick skating between 3 and 4 here, slowing down and resetting up. Mamer creating a hole for the jammer.
Coldshaw coming off the track off of that last jam. She gave the EMTs a bit of a scare. She went over to the bucket thinking that she might have a little bit of an issue, but everything was all right. We're looking at Jane Deere's with 103, Mindfox 152 going into jam 21.
Mamer getting a penalty on that hole she created, so Jane Deere starting with one blocker in the Nerd Roller Skates penalty box. Curb stomping, taking on Harley Havoc. Harley pushing those blockers to the inside, pulling outside, and getting lead jam from there. Fortunately, penalty on curb stomping, so she'll be in the box, allowing Harley to have a power jam. Block Nest Monster as pivot, pulling Harley back around into turn 1, not making this power jam easy for her. Strong three-wall of Mindfox. Harley really giving her all to push through, uses her tippy toes, and gets through on the inside line. Both teams at full status in terms of blockers. We got some O from number 52, Dome Nachia, helping curb stomping get through as she returns from out of the box. Chris My Ass patiently waiting to take on Stabitha off the jam line. Both teams once again full blocking power as we head into the last couple minutes of the half and ultimately couple minutes of the game with about a 40-point spread currently.
We've got the Jane Deere with 111, a Mindfox 152.
So Chris My Ass getting lead jam status. Ultimately, a few solid jams by Jane Deere could really close that gap. So it still is anybody's game depending on the approach taken by both teams. Some heavy blocker on blocker action looking to create some holes. Stabitha getting through. Slamazon creating a hole for Chris My Ass, and she calls it off.
Still time for Jam 23. We're looking at the Jane Deere with 115, Mindfox 152. We're going to go for another jam. It's looking like Coleshaw going up against Engage. Each one of them giving them each other a hug right down here in the winding down moments of this second half.
Both teams full strength with those 5 seconds pushing back to the Destination Derby jam line. Curb stomping taking the inside line, getting lead jam. Meanwhile, Engage getting a bit caught up on the outside and forcing to turn on the gas. Blockers hanging out on turn 3, waiting for those jammers. A little bit of offensive work, trying to spread it out. Coleshaw gets some points and calls off the jam.
Unless they let it run down. I don't think so.
Let's see.
They're lined up for another one. Oh, they let it run out.
So with that was the end of the the game between Jane Deere and Mindfox. Although unofficial, the Mindfox at 154 and Jane Deere at 115. Great play by both of these teams here at Flat Track Fever.
For those of you up in the beer gardens, get on over, get your last few beers at the beer gardens on this side.
Reminder that if you still want more Derby action at 7 o'clock on track 1, where the beer will still be sold, you can hear Slimjin and Swartz commentate on Team Alberta taking on the Glenmar Reservoir Dogs. And there's more action back here at the Acadia Rec Center with Flat Track Fever tomorrow morning.
We want to thank Lana for announcing this game.
All the Derby, all the time.
For those of you who are here for the final, this is Mindfox 154, the Jane Deere 115.
Folks, just a reminder too that on track 1 at 6 o'clock, so in about 10 minutes, we're going to play Name That Tune. If you haven't picked up your game card yet, head on over to either of the beer gardens or at the front table. $2 will get you a game card. Play Name That Tune at 6 p.m. sharp.
Did you know that by the time I'm 14,
I'm twice as likely
to drop out of sports
As a boy my age,
Playing roller derby has helped me overcome anxiety,
helped me to be more outgoing at school, get more self-confident,
and feel good about myself.
and Girls on Track wants to help more girls like me have a chance to succeed.
by improving access to junior roller derby.
Help Girls on Track break down barriers so girls like us can break down walls.
Learn more, get involved, and donate at girlsontrackfoundation.org.
In 2010, we took soft foam helmets from every brand, including S1, into the testing lab and discovered that every single one of them failed current helmet safety standards. This is a soft foam helmet. It has a hard plastic outer shell and soft foam inserts. The problem with soft foam helmets is that impact energy travels directly through these helmets and rattles the brain. Soft foam helmets do not pass high impact or multiple impact certification tests. After learning this information, we set out to make a better, safer helmet. What we created was the S1 Lifer helmet with fusion foam. We make fusion foam by blending low, medium, and high density beads together to make our impact reducing inner foam mold. The inner foam mold is what does all the impact dispersion in the S1 Lifer helmet. We batch test every production run of helmets to ensure the quality and consistency of every S1 Lifer helmet made. Get a Lifer, be a Lifer.
Nerd Roller Skates is your dedicated quad roller skate shop in Calgary, Alberta.
Being a nerd is about being really excited and really passionate about a really specific thing. And the thing that we are really excited and passionate about is roller skates.
Nerd Roller Skates, for people who roll.
This is the totally redesigned Lifer visor helmet from S1. Featuring our patented fusion foam, this helmet has the impact protection you've come to expect from an S1 helmet and is both multiple impact and high impact certified. Our new custom visor is made with a high impact polycarbonate lens, which is optically correct and features our patented cover catcher, which allows for multiple covers to be worn with easy on-off. The outside lens has an anti-scratch coating, while the inside has an anti-fog coating. The outer shell is equipped with in-mold mounting hardware, so that the visor can be removed and replaced if needed. The S1 Lifer visor helmet, where innovation and function are actualized.